Welcome to the cultural update for this month, brought to you by Lou Harry Gets Real, with my co-host, Darren Hollonquest.
Still here, still chocolate.
Still here. All right. Some stuff happening in the central Indiana area in the next month or so. I say that based on the time that we're recording it, not the time you're listening, because I have no idea when you're listening, and so I can't even begin to make assumptions about that. Here's some stuff happening coming up. The recently opened Fonseca Theater is presenting The Brothers Paranormal through November 10th. This is a brand new theater on Indy's west side. Is that west? Yes, that's west.
Yeah.
Across the river.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I think it's across the river, yeah.
Very cool thing. Over at the Indiana Repertory Theater, presenting the one-woman show And So We Walked, an artist's journey along the Trail of Tears through November 10th. The Phoenix Theater has Vino Veritas, a comedy that I believe involves wine, through November 24th. Elsewhere, this is cool. JCC Indianapolis and Indie Jazz Fest is presenting Fiddler on the Roof Jazz Show with saxophonist Rob Dixon, November 2nd at the JCC. You know the Fiddler on the Roof music. You know how great Rob Dixon is. Combine those things. It's Jazzy Fiddler. Novelist Maurice Brodus, who I recently had the pleasure of profiling in Indianapolis Monthly Magazine, will be reading from his work at the University of Indianapolis October 30th. Science fiction fans, get out there. Elton John, you might have heard of him, is playing October 25th at Bankers Life Fieldhouse. Over at Actors Theater of Indiana, October 25th through November 17th. Usually they do musicals up there, Actors Theater. They're doing a drama, and a good one, Alabama Story, which is about segregationist Senator E.W. Higgins, who, in this true story, tried to ban a children's book about rabbits because one was black and one was white.
That's petty.
Check that out. A Brush with Beauty, Japanese Paintings in Ink, Color, and Gold is a new show at the Indianapolis Museum of Art, running October 26th through January 26th. Also, October 26th, Earth, Wind, and Fire Legacy Reunion at the Palladium. Coco, the wonderful movie, is going to be shown at Newfields on November 2nd. Those visiting Bloomington or wanting to visit Bloomington should know that the Eskenazi Museum of Art is reopening on November 7th after $30 million in renovations. It's been closed since 2017. Reopening includes a new guest service area, Skybridge Cafe, gift shop, and art. Patton Oswalt, wonderful comedian, performing at Clues Hall November 10th. Terrence Hayes on the legacy of Etheridge Knight, November 11th, National Book Award-winning poet, will speak at Shelton Auditorium, also at Butler University. Darryl, what do you have coming up this month?
I'm in two pretty cool shows this month in October here. One is a show called Speakeasy. That is a storytelling show in Fountain Square at the White Rabbit Cabaret. This month it's spooky themed, so it's scary stories. And the other show I'm in is an improvised rock sci-fi horror musical called
another one of those
called Science Fiction Double Feature. So it's a love letter to Rocky Horror and those B horror movies like Plan 9 and Day of the Triffids.
And those are double features, one completely different show between intermission.
What we do is we'll do two 35-minute one act, improvised musicals essentially. So we have the band Count Rockula playing with us, and they're a rock band but monster themed. So yeah, we're doing it all of October at the CSZ Indianapolis Theater.
On Mass Ave. Wow, so anything coming up this month we should know about?
This month.
Okay, all right, there'll be more coming up. Also, something I want to tell you about happening here next month. Those of you who are regular visitors here for the live show, a few months ago we replaced our regularly scheduled podcast with a play reading, Steven Dietz's Bloomsday. It's a beautiful play that I've long wanted to stage, and nobody else was doing it, so I figured we would try it here. We had a wonderful crowd. The reaction was beautiful. There were laughs, there were tears, and it was kind of magical. So what we're planning on doing every quarter now going in is to do a live play reading here. Now, we couldn't podcast that play Bloomsday because of the rights. It was a nationally known play. We got the rights to perform it, but not to podcast it. What we're going to do is start collecting plays by Indiana writers and giving them full professional casts here and doing play readings for you that we can podcast. Our hope is not only will the people experiencing it live have a wonderful experience, get to hear great plays by terrific actors, but also that those plays will have a greater opportunity to be heard and performed elsewhere because that podcast will be available. So the playwrights won't just have to contact a theater in Topeka or Miami and say, here's my script. They can say, here, give a listen to it, see if you like it. The guinea pig production of this, so that we can make sure that we get the recording right and the sound right and everything else, will be a play of mine called Rita from Across the Street, which is kind of a double romance set at the Jersey Shore. Featuring actors Clay Mabbitt, Kelsey Lee Miller, Lexi Wexel, and Jenny White. That we're going to be doing that next month. I hope you can make it back for that. And then we're going to start in January with plays every quarter. So we're going to put the call out for plays very soon on that. If you are here at the live show and are interested in coming to that, usually it's going to be the same $15 ticket, but we have $10 tickets available if you want to get them in advance. Just see producer Patrick, and he will set you up. This is a joint project with Sightlines Indy, which has produced plays at unexpected venues around the city, partnerships with the Indianapolis Symphony Orchestra, the Indiana History Center, Indiana Landmarks. So we're used to pulling readings together in interesting places, and a chance to see a show in an intimate format. And of course, you can still come here, have dinner, have drinks, and enjoy yourself at the Aristocrat. That is our cultural update for this month. We will see you next month. That is a good question. Patrick, what's the date?
17th.
17th.